If we go under scenarios, I think we get a harder difficulty level, like opponent level is very hard, and world threat level is extreme, which is much harder than moderate and severe. I'm thinking I'm only going to do 4 players again because I want to try the other commanders. And with 4 players on very hard, I feel like we'll get a pretty decent game that won't last too long, hopefully. As far as world size, we can go either small or medium. The last size was small. Kind of like small, it's more of like a battle royale type of thing where there's a lot of action going on and everyone's just kind of competing for land. And we can choose any race. I've only played Vanguard, so I don't really know what the other races do. Like there's Kirko, Syndicate, Amazon, Devar, Assembly. So there's quite a bit of races. The Amazon can command genetically engineered beasts. That might be cool. We can also choose a secret technology, which I have no idea what any of this stuff does. Spawn and evolve special units after battle. Heal and enhance biological units. I like this one because it can heal biological units, and I'm pretty sure the Amazon are biological units. This time around, we're gonna grab the support vehicle, which is an Imperial APC that can heal our units. I think that's just so strong. And if we do go for the support vehicle, I don't think we're gonna need martial tradition, which was the thing where once per turn when your commander kills a unit in combat, they regain all action points. If we go for veteran, we start at level 3 and we get 10 skill points to spend after landing, and all of our units gain experience 15 times faster. I think that's pretty good because basically we're going to be supporting our units better as we're going to have more skill points to spend on stuff that we can use to support with, and we're going to be more reliant on our units to level up quicker because they're going to be doing all the damage, not our hero. We're just going to be using the hero as a support. Let's do some randomization. Diana the Passionate it is. And we start with a tier 3 drone deployment module laser. Deploy a flying attack drone armed with laser weapons. The drone expires after 4 turns. The summoned unit will inherit any compatible mods that do not grant active ability, can only be used once per battle, and it grants the hero +1 armor. I mean, we got a tier 3 mod from the Kleptomancy perk. That's pretty sick, especially to start off with just right away. Alright, 10 skill points. The hero learns how to move rapidly to confuse enemies. The hero gains skitter, making them harder to hit if they move during their turn. Well, let's get that for only 2 points. And renewal, heal a friendly biological or cyborg unit for 30 HP, can only be used once per battle. That seems pretty good. And then I like the idea of going infantry commander. All light ground units in the hero's army deal 10% more damage, which is just kind of going with the theme that we're going to be using this character as a support. And especially early on, we're pretty much only going to be using light ground units, so that's a pretty good thing to have early on. All right, so first things first, we start off with 2 of these Amazon strike units, which are these scouts. So we'll have them scout around, just kind of scope out the territory a bit. There's an Imperial mining facility pretty close by which gives 20 production, so let's head up to this thing and clear it out. As far as building to make, I still do like the central biofarm. That 15 food seems really good at the start, just because we're only getting 19 food right now. I feel like that could be really good, or if we go for the central science lab, that could be good too, as it gives 10 knowledge. And we're only getting 25 knowledge per turn, so it's either the biofarm or the science lab. I'm thinking the strat with our first territory is pretty much always going to be produce central biofarm, and if I'm wrong about that, then let me know in the comments, because this is my second real playthrough on this game, but it just seems like the central biofarm is going to be the best thing to start out with because you want to expand really quickly. We're also going to go to colonist management, and we're going to have everyone work on food. So now we're actually generating 29 food per turn, which is going to take 2 turns only till the next colonist arrives, versus if we don't have the extra 2 colonists working on food, it's going to take 3 turns till the next colonist arrives. This Imperial mining facility has a Paragon army on it, and we can either A, fight them and forcefully remove them, or B, once we get 40 influence, we could just ask them to leave. We're currently at 5 influence and we're getting 5 per turn. They have an army power of 640 and we have an army power of 685, so it's actually be pretty close. We can bring the strike unit in and have it help us out too. And I think we will attack them here, mainly because we'll get XP from taking them out, and I think we can win this without losing any units. We'll lose 100 relation with everyone, but that's okay. So the strike unit is actually pretty cool. It's got defense mode evasion, and it becomes 50% harder to hit and cannot be flanked versus the regular 25% defense mode. So I think it can serve as a really good distraction unit, and since we did attack from behind with this strike, it's all alone up here, and so we're just gonna have it move up a bit and have it play defense mode, and hopefully it will draw some of the enemy units towards it. And so yeah, with our APC, we have launch repair drone, which is such a cool skill. We're just gonna put that up at first turn, and we're not even gonna move with the rest of our units. All right, now we're gonna move our APC up, and we're just gonna use this thing basically as cover and put it in defense mode. Okay, now we actually gotta be pretty careful because this heavy soldier can use his upgraded strike missile, which like right now we are really clumped up, and it actually doesn't have that high of chance to hit each individual unit. And by the way, apparently his heavy repeater does chain to nearby units, because if he shoots it on our tank, it can hit 3 units as well, which is even more of a reason for us to spread out. Our Biomancer has this ability Scan Catalog, which actually scans a unit type, so it works on both of these units, assuming we do scan one of them. And that gives that unit type -2 resistance to all damage types, which just means that I think we do more damage with our bio arrows, for example. Another really cool thing about the APC is it has these tactical scanners, which increase accuracy by 15%. And like, for example, our Huntress only has a 65% chance to hit this guy, but if we use our tactical scanner, that chance goes up to 80%. And we only grazed the first attack, but the second one did full damage. I move this Huntress to the right, and we still have an 80% chance of hitting this thing. And then I'm just going to keep this one here. Like, if he does use Strike Missile, I guess right here it will be 80% chance to do a ton of damage on both those units. Okay, maybe on second thought, I'll move back one, and I'll still finish this unit off. Pretty good chance, I guess. Actually, really good chance, because 80% chance, and we only have to hit 2 shots out of 3.
Enemy killed.
And with that, we'll see what the enemy does. Yep, I thought they would use their Strike Missile. Hit this Huntress really hard, but we can heal for 30 HP per turn with this repair drone. It's so unbelievably strong. We can flank this unit. And we'll just finish it off.
Enemy destroyed.
And before we end turn, I think we'll just move our APC up a bit and have it get a really good shot at their walker, which is actually a heavy soldier. I'm just going to call all these things walkers because some of them are called walkers, some of them aren't. We could also move this Huntress up, and she has a really good chance to hit their walker as well. And she's in cover, so it's not like she's going to get killed next turn or anything. Okay, pretty good damage on our APC. And unfortunately, our repair drone did run out. However, this Biomancer does have a heal that we can use once per battle, but unfortunately we cannot use it on our APC. It can only be used on biological or cyborg units. Well, since our repair drone's down, I do not want to lose this tank, so we're going to pull it all the way back. And we're just going to pull the rest of our units back behind cover. Wow. Flanked. Had them in defense mode though. I thought, oh, it got staggered. Defense mode is canceled if they're staggered. All right, we just pulled these units back. We're going to heal one of them. And we'll do Drone Deployment Module Laser, which was our item that we have, which puts this assault drone on the field. Before we scan their walker, we do 7 damage per hit to it. After we scan it though, we do 8 damage per hit. And we'll hit it 3 times, hopefully. And this unit will hit it twice. Hopefully no graze. A graze. Got 2 grazes? No way. The laser repeater should finish it off, assuming we don't graze twice. I think 1 graze would still be okay. Nice. Enemy. What I really like about the repair drone is towards the end of the battle, we can just top off all of our units. Like, that's a 30 HP heal we can use every turn, which seems just really strong. And we've pretty much topped everyone off, so now it's just time to finish them off.
Enemy down.
And so that was really good. We got a level up on all of our units actually. We didn't take any damage, and we got this Din Din, a tier 2 melee weapon. It's only a tier 2 weapon and it is melee. I'm just not a fan of melee weapons though, so we're gonna sell it for the energy. And with that, we're gonna keep moving on west with our main army, hoping to just run into another AI. While scouting with this strike, I found an intact unit, the Sentinel. We'll use the pods that powered up under our control, and it is unfortunately a mechanical unit, but it does have floating, so it can float over bad terrain, so we can use it as like a scout. Part of the reason why it's good to have a lot of energy is you can do these doctrines. For 100 energy, we can do ecological construction. Your colonies gain 10 production for every forest sector within its domain. And when our next colonist arrives, which is going to be next turn, we can annex firestone minerals, which is going to give us way more forests. And so I think Unadin is going to have an insane amount of production. Like, each one of these tiles is a forest tile, and I think they all give 10 production. So ecological construction only gives 10 production per forest sector, not tile. So it's only giving us 20, which is still quite a lot. Also, because we acquired Firestone Minerals, which has a mining facility in it, we can build a reinforcement factory, which makes all units produced in the colony gain +1 armor. So the plan is we're going to build that, and we're going to start cranking out Huntresses. There's also this wildlife nest spawner that has an army power of 952, whereas our army power is only 705. That's without the strike. With the strike, we have an attacker power of 790. I wonder if we can win this. If we do, we take out their spawner nest, which I'm not sure what that gives us, but hopefully we'll find out, and we'll fight this one on the field. They have these wild strikes that have mods like Plague Carrier, which causes units to take 6 biological damage at the end of their turn, and has a chance to apply Plague, which gives a unit minus 20% accuracy, and it gives it 2 armor, and like these wild swift beaks have it too. Okay, so after fighting this a few times, the strat is we send our main army to the right, and we send this one huntress to the left, and she distracts 3 of these strikes. 2 strikes, and I guess this thing is a Harrier. And this is going to allow us to focus these wild swift beaks. We'll first scan them. We'll move our tank up and have it do tactical scanners for a higher chance to hit, 80% chance to do some good damage. 2 hit, 3rd one grazed, which if it didn't graze, I think we could have killed this unit. Yeah, and that one had a graze too. Now with this Huntress, the strat is we're just going to keep running this way. If we go too far, I think these units are going to lose interest. So what about like right here? Can they hit us? No, I don't think they can hit us. We're right here. We can't hit them, but that's okay. Oh, here it comes. Missed the first axe beat. That's good. Ow. Staggered. And actually our strike can flank this thing for a 95% chance to do huge damage to it. If we do that though, this strike might flank ours and we might lose ours. With our Biomancer, we can put their strike to sleep. 65% chance. Oh, we got it. Okay, cool. Now we can have our strike use its laser repeater. And yes, it does have a laser gun thing on its head. Don't graze at all. Perfect. 90% chance to finish this thing off with our tank.
Enemy killed.
And now we have a really good chance to finish this wild beak off, because not only do we have this unit, which did graze, but that one hit. But then we have this unit which has 2 attacks, 75% chance.
Enemy destroyed.
And these units are not looking too good. We'll do a heal, which this Biomancer's heal does clear all non-psionic status effects. And now we'll just finish off their strike. Which, attacking it does remove sleep, but it's gonna die.
Enemy destroyed.
And with this Huntress, she's kind of just served her purpose. If you go too many turns without doing damage, it will auto end the battle. Though we could kite her like up here and all the way around back to our army. We're not going to do that, and we're just going to have her leave the battlefield.
Retreat successful.
If we just pretty much skip this turn, I think next turn they will move in on us. And yeah, they're coming to us, which is good. And we'll scan their strikes. Our assault drone actually does really good damage, and if we move it up, I think the enemy might target it next turn, which is good because if it takes damage or it dies, then we don't care because we can spawn one every battle. Pretty good chance to finish this one off. Miss 70%. Oh, we missed 2. At 70%, that's unlucky. Our Huntress has this ability Flash Arrow, which can blind and stagger. It has a really good chance to blind on all 3 units. 65% only on the middle one, but it will stagger the 2 on the side. The stagger was resisted on the middle one, I think. But then the 2 side ones got staggered. The Harrier's blinded, and the Strike's blinded. With our Strike, we'll move over here, and we'll finish this one off in the back. 90% chance. Yeah, okay.
Enemy killed.
We'll also just move up our repair drone as well, just as like a distraction. Because I think next turn it's going to be gone. So we'll heal, and then hopefully they target our drones.
Unit has fallen.
Yep, they went for the drone. And they went for the other drone.
Unit destroyed.
Which is absolutely perfect because all of our units are topped off. So just like that, we'll just start blasting them. And there's a really good chance we finish them off this turn.
Enemy destroyed.
All these attacks are like 90%, 95%. And
Enemy eliminated.
Wow, that was actually crazy that we won that
Our
because
forces are victorious.
the first time I fought this, we got just destroyed. Like, we lost units right away because they all just zerged us, and that strat was really clutch. Not only did we not lose a unit, we didn't even lose HP off of that battle. And we got a tactical repair rig, which is only a tier 1 mod. That's kind of unfortunate because the den was kind of a pretty difficult thing to clear out. And it's another heal, which, like, I don't know if we need another heal, but it does give the hero +1 armor as well, so I guess that's somewhat useful. The question is, do we sell it for the energy? Because we're not really that great on energy right now. We're only at 166. I think we'll just sell it. And this DNA vault's pretty cool. Visiting units gain 50% experience during their next combat. I think, for example, we fight this battle, which is pretty nice battle to fight. They have an army power of 776. We should get a lot of XP for this. And yeah, these guys did not put up much of a fight at all. Can we finish them off this turn?
Enemy annihilated.
After winning that, all of our units are ranked 2. I think they all got a level up. And we also did this research so that we can use these grounding harnesses, which gives our units +1 armor and stagger resist, as well as arc resist, which would have been really good in that last battle because they were using arc attacks. And I did actually just mess up because we're now going to have this upgrading unit debuff for 1 turn, and our huntresses do 25% less damage, which is unfortunate because I do want to take out this crashed research ship this turn. And we actually can if we initiate this battle with the strike. Our attacker power is much lower because of the debuff that 3 of our huntresses currently have, but thankfully the defender power is only 572. Alright, well that unit put itself really out of position. We can flank it with 2 units, it's completely done for. And then actually turn around, but we can flank it again with our Biomancer. But yeah, we can flank this Hopper Hound, and its days of hopping are about to be over. And I think it's dead.
Enemy annihilated.
We did lose some HP off that battle, but that's okay. Inside the vessel, you find a Psy Fish unit, the Hunter, trapped in a glass vat. We can dissect it for quite a bit of research, but let's pick it up. It's an ethereal unit, and I'm not sure if our heals will work on it. And it is flying, so it can fly over this terrain and pick up this stash for, I think we'll take the influence. 15 influence is quite a lot. And if we get 45, we can ask these guys to leave and take over the settlement, which is an Amazon settlement, and we have good relation with them, 250. So I don't think we want to attack them. And yeah, we'll have enough influence for that in 2 turns because we're currently at 35. All right, it's been 2 turns, and I think we can talk to these guys and have them join us, I guess, for 45 influence. And we can turn the settlement into a colony in 1 turn. So I colonized Danadel, and I found out the settlement is on volcanic terrain, which greatly reduces happiness of people that are living there. And the colony just sucks. There's only 1 production and 1 food in it. What we can do though is ask them to leave and turn them into a colonizer unit, which we can then bring over to Explorer's Precinct, and we can actually colonize the city here instead, which is volcanic, so they lose 8 happiness. But with the Veil of Tranquility, they gain 8 happiness. It's just an effect that it has. And we get this Psi Shrine, which gives us 5 knowledge. On top of the fact that it is bordered by this Transwarp Vortex, which if we do take this over, it gives us 40 energy and 20 production. It's also bordered by Avalon Dream Dormitories, which is pretty aptly named because the only way we're currently going to take this over is in a dream. Because it's such an insane tile with that 60 energy and 30 production, there are some really strong units guarding it. There are some really strong units guarding this Transwarp Vortex as well, and the plan is we're first going to attack this Marauder Guard unit, and we're going to try to get a level up off of it. They have a defender power of 946 versus our 876, and yeah, we're pretty deep into this playthrough, and I just found out that these bio arrows actually ignore cover and unit penalties, because I was noticing it was kind of weird that these guys are in fat cover and it's a 95% chance to still hit them, and like 95% on this thing, whereas if we do fire at these guys with our strike, it's only a 50% chance. And so we can pretty much one-shot these things assuming we don't graze, which we're gonna graze. Okay, we didn't graze that one. And then actually if we scan this one, we can one-shot it. Unless we graze. Okay, there we go. And anything that has chain discharge or any chain attack in general, we just hard counter. And 3 of our units got level ups. They're now expert with 52 HP versus 48 on the lesser ones. And I don't think their damage actually goes up if they level up, just their HP. And with that, we will enter the Transwarp Vortex. We only have an attacker power of 880 versus their defender power of 1322. And we'll be trying to win this in tomorrow's video. Tomorrow's when the new Total War DLC comes out as well. And I'm gonna try to get out double uploads of Total War and Planetfall on the same day. I might have to start cutting the videos shorter, like they might start being only like 10 to 12 minutes. And I know usually I just ask you guys to like the video, but now more than ever, if you are liking a video, then leave a like on it. If people aren't liking one of my series as much and it's not getting as good of feedback, then I'll probably just focus more on the other one and I'll make that one longer. I'm personally interested to see which one you guys are gonna like more, and thank you all for watching. I will see you guys in a double upload tomorrow.